Hello and welcome back to the channel. As you see, this is a very tragic thing that has happened that I'm going to be sharing with you. These two young ladies are TikTok twins, and they have become very well known on TikTok. And something that they did has gotten their father killed. TWERKlNG got their father killed, and it's a very, very tragic thing that has taken place here. And this is why it's important that we understand what's happening here. There was definitely some demonic spirits dispatched to that area to carry out everything that took place in this incident. So anyway, I'm going to let you hear some of the details, and I will be right back.
There is a very disturbing story developing about two of the most popular TikTok stars in the world. MTO News confirmed that Alabama's famous twins were involved in a shooting that led to the death of their father, got a woman sent to the ICU, and got a third person, an innocent old man, killed. And the horrible chain of events all started when James Walters, father of the popular TikTok stars Alabama's famous twins, confronted his daughters and reportedly asked them to stop twerking on TikTok. The famous twins are two sisters who perform together as music artists and twerkers. The pair are famous on TikTok and Instagram. On TikTok, they have 983,000 followers on their profile at fam0us.twins, and on Instagram, they have 351,000 followers on their account under the same username. Yesterday, James Walters was gunned down by a man associated with one of the twins, possibly a boyfriend. MTO News spoke with police in Mobile, Alabama, and they told us that James got into an argument with his daughters. Social media reports say the father was trying to get his daughters to stop twerking on TikTok, MTO News learned. As the shouting escalated, police say that an unidentified man tried to intervene, and James ran toward the other man. The man pulled a gun and shot and killed the twins' father, MTO News confirmed. Police say the shooting appears to be self-defense. But they say the man who shot James also accidentally shot a 23-year-old woman, who now is in critical condition. But here's where the story gets even more tragic. The boyfriend of the innocent woman that was accidentally shot, D'Angelo Merrill, later on went to the famous twins' apartment building looking for revenge. But according to interim police chief Roy Hodge, he got revenge on the wrong person. Merrill kicked down the wrong door and fatally shot James Jones, a 74-year-old man. So in all, two people were killed, the famous twins' father and 74-year-old James Jones. An innocent woman is in critical condition. And at least one, and possibly two, black men are facing murder charges.
Okay, so something so chaotic happened in this situation to where not only was their dad killed, but a 74-year-old man, and then there was a 23-year-old female who was shot and is in critical condition. She was shot as well by the same man who killed their dad. And the young man who killed the 74-year-old, he was seeking revenge for the young woman who was shot. And so you have two young men now who are shooters, whose lives are about to end as well. Because these two young ladies were upset because their dad didn't want them twerking. So the father was probably very, very disturbed by seeing his daughters, his girls, these young women gaining fame through doing something so I'm going to call it vile because they get this type of attention because men and some women want to see them degrading themselves by shaking their behinds. This father didn't like it. And so he decided he wanted to put a stop to it. And so it is alleged that one of these twins' boyfriend, they're alleging that it's possibly a male friend of one of the girls who took part in the shooting of their father. So now they've got to ask themselves, was it worth it? Your dad wanted you to stop doing this because he felt like it was just degrading you, no doubt. Now, of course, I don't know this for sure, but why else would a dad want to stop his girls from twerking? Why else? This is what happens when you have a lawless generation. They don't want nobody telling them nothing. What if, just listen to me for a second on this. Once they get to a certain point and you've done the best that you can, you've raised them, and they want to live lawless, and you make it known that you will not stand for this, but they want to rebel. What if parents started taking the attitude in scripture? Now I'm going to quote this for you all, and some of you all aren't going to like it because it sounds very harsh. But there was an incident in scripture where this man's two sons were doing some devious, low-down behavior, deviant behavior. And the scripture actually said, turn such a one over to the devil for the destruction of the flesh, that the soul might be saved. What if parents started to say, look, as for me and my house. Now, I don't know what this man's situation was as far as his house and how he lived or anything like that, but he is a father who was trying to step in and stop his daughters from doing something that he felt was vile. But what if parents started to say, okay, if you want to do this, if you want to act this way, I'm just going to turn you over to the devil for the destruction of your flesh, that your soul might be saved. Now, that scripture sounds kind of harsh, y'all, but he's dead. What if you have to do what you have to do to save your own life? Let me just put some more reality in here for those of you who say, well, you're not supposed to turn your back on your children. It's some sick thinking out here. Let me tell y'all something. What do I mean by sick thinking? You actually have young people out here who are so disrespectful to their parents to where they will sit their behinds up in their parents' house. They will sell drugs, bring in all kinds of men in the house if they're young ladies, or bring in all kinds of women in the house if they're young men, drinking, smoking, doing drugs, doing whatever the heck they want to do, cussing their parents out, threatening their parents. But yet you have some people out here. You have some people out here right now, even under the sound of my voice, who thinks under no circumstances do you turn your back on your children. You out of your mind. If you have a child, and when I say child, of course, I'm not talking about no little kids. I'm talking about teenagers and kids in their 20s and 30s, and they have no respect for you, threatening you, doing all kinds of hurtful and harmful things to you. You out of your mind if you think a parent is supposed to keep that kind of devil up in their house. But guess what? You have people who think like that. You have people who think that regardless to what your children do, you are supposed to support them. This is why this generation is so wicked. And we're going to talk about it. For those of you who responded to our youth discussion thing, so far our plans are for next Saturday, not this Saturday. But we want to talk about some things and some solutions concerning our young people, because this behavior is not isolated. It is on the uprise. And you still have segments of our population who think that you're supposed to treat them with just soft fingers and soft hands and just don't be too harsh, just be nice. They don't know no better. I know he 25 years old, but he don't know no better. You still have people who think like that. While this 25-year-old will take a gun and blow your brains out. It is time to cry aloud and spare not and lift up our voices like trumpets in Zion and show our people their transgressions. I'm done with this video, y'all. I'm done. Of course, I could say a whole lot more, but I would like to save it for our panel that's going to discuss what's going on in the hood with our young people. So, until next time, we hope you liked today's topic. Please leave your comments below. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, share it like this video, and with that, we're out. Be sure to ring the bell to be notified of new uploads on this channel, and also comment, share, like, and subscribe. Be sure to ring the bell to be notified of new uploads on this channel, and also comment, share, like, and subscribe.